Dear Sauron, now that the Council of Elrond concurred, I have a few things to say. First, I want to say how grateful I am for the Fellowship. Really? You're not going to believe it! This is because instead of looking at the entire realm of Middle-earth, we are now able to reduce our subjects to these 9 members. 4 hobbits, an elf, a dwarf, an Istari or wizard, and 2 mortal men. Rejoice! Here's what you need to know about our fellowship. We have 4 hobbits. These hobbits are known to be resistant to your ring, but we want to push past this. We don't want them to be right. We proved them wrong, perhaps, especially when Bilbo had trouble letting go of the ring because of its benefits. Even though Bilbo and Gandalf didn't know much about how we created your ring, they know of its benefits, invisibility and reduction of aging. But those are small effects which benefit the societal good of the being making short-term promises. However, much like what we saw in Frodo at Weathertop, this invisibility is feigned as the wearer is really only invisible to other incarnates of Middle-earth. He was still visible to the Witch King, which we knew, which was why we got him. Then, we have our elf and dwarf. They have never gotten along, which was further exasperated by us because we hate when they get along. First, we highlighted how the elves imprisoned Gimli's father, Gloin, who was also at the Council of Elrond as representative of the dwarves along with his son Gimli. Gandalf has much nerve thinking they would one day get along. We will have to try our hardest not to let that happen. We also have our mortal men, Boromir and Aragorn. Boromir was there because his brother Faramir had a dream which involved the foretelling of Isildur's bane, another event we take great pride in. As Isildur refused to give up the ring, it really gave us all some foresight, and inspired our subjects to leave the ring to the hobbits, thinking that they would be more resistant than Isildur. But for us, we just haven't gone to the hobbits yet. And once we do, they will fall into the same trap as Isildur. It's a trap. That's something that they will never know, and we will try our hardest not to let them know. Aragorn chose, and was chosen to protect the ring bearer. He and Gandalf had been preparing this for weeks. Aragorn revealed himself as the heir of Isildur, and he was there gathering news from Elrond's sons, Elladan and Eohir. And finally, take a look at this. Elrond symbolizes the ancient wisdom, and his house represents lore, the preservation and reverent memory concerning the good, wise, and beautiful. It is not a scene of action but of reflection. This is our secret weapon, but since it's your ring, the main focus will be on your ring bearer. You'll see based on who is wielding it, but they will be advised to not tell anyone that they have it. So, you wouldn't even recognize who is the ring bearer for a while, and maybe you might forget it from time to time. First, if the wearer has the ring, he would disappear. However, they have learned from Frodo's Weathertop wound, so it would be even harder to see our target, as he will learn from this and no longer wear the ring for this purpose. Additionally, preparations were needed in order for the Fellowship to go out on their journey. Also, Frodo had just been greatly wounded and needs time to recover. But so do we, as we have to make preparations to counter their actions once they leave. Elrond initially only wanted 2 hobbits to go. Then the wizard pushed for 2 more, saying that friendship is more important than wisdom. That's what we try to avoid. Friendship is what we loathe, as it keeps us from achieving our goals under our will and leads our subjects closer to our enemy. And that was just what happened at the council. Some of it would be what incarnates call coincidental, where many people of all different backgrounds come together to discuss what they know about your ring. See, you and I, maybe a lot of people may think we have a friendship. However, that is far from true. What we have is not friendship, but rather that we are allies, but we are certainly not friends. I wouldn't dare use that word. This is because friends don't have to agree with each other when it comes to your ring, but allies do. And I only summon the people who believe in my will to overpower our enemy. But how did it come to this? To sum it up, we had the Council of Elrond. So on October 25th, 3018 of the Third Age, Elrond held a council as the Hobbit did what was instructed to take your ring to Rivendell. It is the one place that our subjects have that is completely safe, but we will use everything in our power to destroy that. As I have mentioned from time and time again, the ring isn't your typical battle. The Hobbits, who are to go to Mordor, don't directly try and kill us, as it is not their main motive. They have the other people in the Fellowship go off to war against us going to Minas Tirith. All in the name of friendship, which we loathe, as it keeps us from keeping your ring so we can rule the world. This was strategically planned by the allies of our enemy, as they realize how the Hobbits don't really know of your forces. But they soon will. What we should be most concerned about is Elrond's motive. See, Elrond wants to end our forces. How foolish! So he asked the Hobbits to take the ring to Mordor. That would be terrible. We have to stop this. If someone takes the ring to Mordor, then our forces will be stopped. Then we would have no power anymore. The Middle-earth will be full of incarnates singing and dancing amongst themselves. We have to stop this. Yours, Morgoth.